going on? Welcome to Teasing the NFL. I'm Daniel Saludo along with Andrew Chang here. It is the divisional playoffs this coming weekend, Saturday and Sunday. You excited?
Very excited.
You should be.
Not wearing the Houston Texans shirt today. I just want to dress up.
Because that means they're going to lose this week because you didn't support them properly.
Don't start with me, man. Don't start with me like that, all right? Speaking of losing, I'm just going to get to it right here. Going to our failures from last week. Oh my gosh, the Saints.
The Saints were miserable to watch at the end there when they easily had a chance to win driving, and then Breeze decides to not have good ball security and fumble the ball. That killed us. Gosh. That was terrible to watch.
He's being put in jail. Aaron Rodgers coming out. But I'm thinking this week, which we will lead into that, we'll be guiding you through the best value bets for this nice little playoff week.
Yeah, so we'll do a quick wrap up of what we had last week. I went 2-2, and Andrew went 3-1. New Orleans killed both of us on that, but then I picked Philly to take the points. Now, I think if Carson Wentz doesn't get hurt, that game is very different, and they cover. But, it is what it is. That's what happens. So,
just had that feeling about Philly. I was like,
but you can't predict an injury, and that's football, and that's going to happen. So my teaser lock or no sweat bet was Tennessee plus 11 and Philadelphia Tennessee plus 11 and New Orleans minus 1.5. I lose that. He took the Saturday games, Houston plus 3.5, who of course got the win, and Tennessee plus 11, which is awesome to watch.
Say goodbye to the GOAT, man. Oh, that was.
Dude, do you know how many yards Derrick Henry had the entire game?
I want to say.
It's under 200.
Okay, well then 173.
It's 185.
Oh,
he had 185. He had 185 rushing yards by himself. So we took, even though that was his actual prediction, when it came time to get our bets in, we got the line actually got moved up a little bit for the Buffalo game. So we actually got Buffalo at +3 and then teased that up to +9. So we jumped all over it. At least I told them, I'm like, this is a lot more value now because now we have 9 points in total, and that's 3 field goals.
Man, as a Texans fan, and after hearing, I literally was at the bar Saturday. All these fans came through, and I was like, I just don't know about today, and I don't know this and that. I was just like, what? I was like, dude, what kind of fans are y'all? And they come around, I turn on the
realist. They're realists is what it is.
But in actuality, if you saw the first half of the game.
First half,
it was
technically going into the third quarter. You were automatically thinking Houston wasn't going to even win the game at that point.
Yeah, it was just pretty. It was pretty hard to watch, especially.
It was a great game to watch, but as a fan, it's a little harder to watch.
But I mean, they just caught us sleeping. I mean, that first drive where they had the trick play, and then just a whole bunch.
Yeah, but you got to come prepared.
Yeah, exactly, which we didn't do. So hopefully this week we'll be prepared for.
But we made money because we made money that Saturday because Buffalo plus 9 and Tennessee plus 11, and I should have taken the money line on Tennessee, but
we should.
That is what it is. Then moving to Sunday, he actually was talking about maybe not taking the bet at all, but I said I kind of want to because I felt so good on New Orleans being able to just win the game by 2-3 points. And then I wasn't a big fan of the Seattle line, so I thought with two defenses kind of struggling, I thought the game would get over. But with Carson Wentz getting hurt, that changes the game a lot because he's such a good come-from-behind quarterback that probably if Wentz doesn't get hurt, that they probably get over.
I think that would have happened. I think more so. Did you choose Philly or did you take?
That was my pick. That was my pick of that game.
I'm sure if Carson Wentz didn't get injured, that fourth quarter might have been very.
Yeah, because McCown got them into the red zone twice. So
yeah, and Carson.
If Wentz is there, it probably goes in at least once. And so we're talking about a different game. But that's last week. So total teaser predictions are I'm 48 and 18. Andrew's 47 and 19. He caught up by 1. Actual predictions and betting we're both 8 and 5 now. But that's still a winning percentage. If you're over 50%, you're winning your bets. So. If you're over 50%, you're winning your bets. So that's the key is if you're over 50%, you can be really happy. Sharps are happy to be 55%, 60%, 65% because they know that's a winning percentage. So with the divisional playoffs coming for Saturday, let's move on to them. First matchup is Minnesota at San Francisco.
You like that? You like that?
You did.
I did.
You did.
I did.
You did.
Not so much last weekend, but yeah, Kirk Cousins, he came out to play, man.
He absolutely did.
He showed up.
Even though New Orleans had a chance to win it, he definitely held his own. So San Francisco is the favorite here at -7, and the total is 45.5. The Minnesota gets teased up to 13, and San Francisco gets teased down to -1. The over gets teased down to 38.5, and the under gets teased up to 50.5. Most of the logic in this game, just looking at straight numbers for a teaser, would tell you to take San Francisco at -1, being at home, being the favorite, and everything. But you have some question marks.
I really wonder, man. I really wonder. So if you were ever watching these videos, pay attention to what Danny says about momentum, about having a complete team going into these playoffs. And this guy, hopefully, is not going to pick San Fran, but San Fran just doesn't look as good to me. I'm reading. I can see.
What's that say right there?
Danny, I purposely got these glasses to look smart so I can kind of out-debate you here and to kind of read this better. But in all honesty, I'm just saying that, San Fran has been kind of iffy for the past weeks. They're definitely been one-score games.
That's
sure.
fine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, against
That's fine.
the Falcons.
They lost.
Okay, but still.
They had a lot of injuries on defense.
They could have lost to the Falcons. Who else was pretty close? It was Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they were, Seattle was, 4 inches away from winning the game. So,
Okay.
yeah, I get that.
So now, with all this being said, all this momentum, I don't see how you cannot take Kirk Cousins at +13.
Because I'm taking the better team overall and the slightly better coach, albeit Zimmer's almost as good as Kyle Shanahan. But, I mean, they've got enough. I feel like they're more of a complete team than Minnesota is. Just a little bit.
Okay.
And it's at home. And here's the other thing. Minnesota generally plays indoors. Indoor teams do not do as well, especially in the playoffs, outdoors. And San Francisco is going to be very ruckus come Saturday afternoon.
I can agree with that too. Also, I think right now on TV, Adam Thielen is still working through an
he's
ankle
questionable
injury.
right now. He did not practice this week, so that's also a huge thing. If Thielen somehow doesn't play, you could easily see San Francisco get moved up to like -9. So that's one thing. Thielen is most likely going to play, but if he's not 100%, you feel like you like San Francisco a little bit more.
Dog, Dalvin Cook.
Dalvin Cook is kind of unplayable in terms of that, but then San Francisco's got a better deep. Yeah, I consider San Francisco like 2 places above New Orleans, and New Orleans has a good defense.
Yeah,
so
I
San
can
Francisco's
definitely see
a little
that.
bit better.
But I mean, like, if you go back to that Saints game, man, they just let him walk into that end zone. You
Yeah,
see that drive? It was
they
just
did.
like, whoop,
They
like
did.
to the side, like,
Yeah.
what is going on here, guys? But it's going to be a pretty exciting game. I just think that it'll be close.
Yeah.
So just like when we were kind of thinking about, Buffalo versus the Texans. We knew, like, these two teams, all right, well, sometimes the Texans can't get their offense going, but that Bills defense is so good, you're just like, I think it'll be close, right? Yeah. So I still think that this game will be close. Hopefully not a blowout. But
See, my one worry is that this game can end up being a blowout because you can kind of think of Kirk Cousins in Minnesota beating New Orleans as like their pre-Super Bowl almost. It's like, oh my God, we shut everybody up. Kirk Cousins won a big game under pressure and things like that. So they could be on like this giant high and then be coming down off of it. So that's one of my other worries. They can lose by 2 touchdowns. That is what 13 gives you. Albeit 13 is a really nice number to have because, that's a touchdown and 2 field goals, which is a beautiful thing to have. But I have my worries about them, especially if Thielen's not 100%, who hasn't practiced yet. So I feel like the scenario more likely here is San Francisco wins versus Minnesota not getting blown out. That's my argument to it.
I can see that, and I can also see where, it was so funny you said something about them coming off the high and then just like not showing up. That's exactly what Coach Zimmer said to his team in the locker room.
Yeah.
He said after that post game, after the game, he said, usually we win these big games, and the week after, we don't do so well. So we got to keep working. And all of them in that locker room are just like, yeah.
Well,
so
yeah.
hopefully they get the message and get this win. Well, maybe not the win, but maybe by 3. So because I want Danny to make some money too. I'm not
We'll
not
make
that
money.
kind
I'm
of
not
guy.
worried about that too much.
Although if I was just caring for my record, I just want Vikings.
Yeah, well, I don't care about his record as much. I just want to do well to give you guys information out there that you need. Looking at the totals, over 38.5 and under 50.5. Do you like either of those?
Oof. Actually, you know what? I would, if anything, I'd take the over on this.
I'd take the over as well. The over is my preference in the total pick on this side.
A lot of these totals for playoff games, these defenses actually show up, and they
kind of
do. They kind of like bog the offense down a little bit. I think it was a low scoring game for Derrick Henry and the Patriots too, right?
It was 20-13, and that the under hit in that game. The over did not get there.
Also, I just feel that since it is playoffs, crazy things can happen. Look what happened to Carson Wentz. He got injured, so of course that under was safe.
Given there.
Man, you couldn't go over if your life depended on it.
So you're taking Minnesota. So you want Minnesota plus 13? That's what you're feeling right now.
That's what I'm feeling right now.
Yeah, and I'm gonna.
I like that.
San Francisco.
I like that.
Now the question is, will you be liking it come Saturday when the game's over? That's always the question.
I think so. I think even if they lose, it'll be close.
Yeah.
It'll probably be like by 10 or hopefully 13. But it'll be close. It'll be close.
There's going to be a couple variables out there if Thielen can play. If Thielen's not playing or not 100%, I'm probably going to slide a little more towards San Francisco where I'm at right now.
Actually, in all actuality, all I want is overtime. That's it.
All you want is overtime guarantees a big a teaser over 7.
Right?
Just about.
That's good.
All right, moving on to the second game on Saturday. It's Tennessee at Baltimore. Baltimore is the favorite at 9.5. This game actually started beginning in week Baltimore 9, and it shifted up around early Tuesday. The total was 47, so Tennessee gets teased up to 15.5, and Baltimore gets teased down to 3.5. Your over gets teased down to 41, and your under gets teased up to 53. So I was debating on if Baltimore is really worth minus 3.5, just because I don't know if they're going to be able to stop Derrick Henry. That's my thing. Don't be like that.
Are you listening to yourself right now?
I am. I have to take it seriously.
Oh my God, the disrespect you have against Lamar Jackson, man.
Mark Ingram might not play, right?
Oh, you don't need Mark. You got Lamar Jackson.
No, you can't.
Do they still have Collins? No, right?
No, they have Gus Edwards and Justice Hill.
Oh God,
rookie Justice Hill.
Okay. Hey, well, good things happen to rookies during playoffs.
Yeah. See, so that's why if one of the things interesting is that when Baltimore's played a good defense, like not the Patriots, but the Bills, when they played the Steelers. When they played, who was the other really good defense that they played?
You want to count Seattle when they were healthy?
Not really. I mean, they played. They were shot out by the Browns, who had a pretty good defense at the time. But when they play a really good defense, the game tends to be really close. Okay, so especially if Mark Ingram's not playing, then I feel like leaning a little more towards Tennessee because, number one, this game is most likely going to be on the ground, which means chewing up a lot of clock, albeit both of these teams are very effective on the ground, and they can get to the end zone in 8 run plays.
Oh, God.
For all I know.
Yep.
But
Derrick Henry, automatic 5 yards.
Almost. He was. It was ridiculous to watch him just roll over the New England defense like they were just college kids.
Dude, he just went through. It was like a grown man versus elementary school kids. And he was just like, get out of the way. I got to get some lunch, dude. It was terrible. It was embarrassing.
So I'm expecting a lot of clock to be chewed in this game. And both of these defenses are quite good, actually. Baltimore's a little susceptible to the run, which is why I have a feeling this game is going to be a little close. So my actual pick right now is the over 41 because both of these offenses are pretty decently powered, and 20 to 23 gets you there. And if I'm expecting a close game like that, then I'm going to take the over on this. I mean, how many times has Baltimore scored like over 30 points? A lot.
Well, with that same logic, how many times has the Saints scored over 30-something points?
Yeah, so
a lot.
That's why the over feels pretty secure in this game.
Man, you know what? With all that logic you said, chewing up the clock, having some good defenses, maybe going here, there, only getting a field goal, not finishing. You're kind of convincing me to go the other way. I want to do the under, but
Oh no,
But
no way.
However, I just don't see my QB, Lamar Jackson, the number 1 ranked in fantasy, losing flat out. And I actually think that they'll cover the spread at -3.5.
-3.5, so they'll win like 4, 6, 7.
Probably, I want to say they'll beat the Tennessee Titans by 13.
13. Wow.
13.
Okay, so
I
I was actually kind of leaning towards the spread of going with Baltimore, just because I figured they would be a little more dominant, but without having Mark Ingram, that kind of, to me, that takes them about half a step back on their offense.
So is it official though?
No, he hasn't practiced yet. That's all. I mean, it's not confirmed, but where I stand right now,
Still got time, America.
yeah.
Still got
I mean,
time.
come Saturday, late Saturday, we could have some changes. Things happen. So,
New development.
so you taking 3.5?
I'm taking 3.5. Baltimore Ravens.
Do you prefer a side on the total?
Yeah, I want to go against you. I think.
So you want the under? You really want the under?
Dude, I should have paid a little closer attention to Tennessee when they played the Patriots. I know that for every run play, it was about 5 yards. They took their sweet lollygagging time because they literally kept Tom Brady on the field.
Tannehill threw for under 100 yards, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I should have paid more attention about how much time they actually chewed off the
up
clock.
a lot of clock.
And that's not counting the fact that they trolled Bill Belichick's
Yeah.
own, his own trick play
Yeah.
with the clocks and the flag. So,
Yeah.
I would say if the under is 50.
53.
Oh, 53. See, I thought it was 58. I was like, hell yeah, 58 under. Yeah, I'll go for that. But 53.
20 to 24. 28 to 20. 28-27 kills your over. I mean, your under.
20-27?
No, 28-27.
Yeah. You know what? But then you know what? Even if Tennessee doesn't score, which I don't think they actually will score that much.
I think they will.
But
I think they'll be able to. I figure Tennessee to get about 14 to 17 points on the board. They're just gonna pound it. The only way they don't get a lot of points on the board is if they have a bunch of turnovers early and they're playing really far behind. But I think they're gonna be safe with the ball. They're just gonna hand it off and just let the big truck run guys over again.
We'll see. He's due for a fumble. That's for sure.
Sure, why not?
Throw that out the props, baby.
So Andrew's going to take Baltimore at -3. I'm looking at the over right now. That's my favorite. Now, of course, anything can happen. Anything can change. Lines will move. Lines could move here. I mean, the total move kept moving down in this game. So it started around 49, I believe, and it's kind of slowly moved down for the past couple of days. That's why I'm kind of liking the over a little bit more right now.
Okay. If you say so.
But Saturday it may change. We'll see. All right, moving on to Sunday. Houston here at... You don't have the shirt on. You can't do it.
I don't have the shirt. I thought it was going to be a new year, new me. It's the first broadcast of the year, right?
No, it's our second. We did one last week.
What?
Yeah, we did one last week.
You know what?
New Year's was Thursday when we shot.
You are so right.
No, New Year's was Wednesday and we shot on the 2nd, the day after.
I feel like I'm a complete idiot.
I tried the jacket. I'm going to try the jacket for the new year, and that was a no. So,
and here I am, looking like I'm going to the prom. And
no, you do not. Okay, you kind of do a little bit. You're missing some stupid tie, but I'll go get you a tie real quick. Anyways,
I got this whole get up, to celebrate New Year, new me, kind of flaunt my stuff a little bit, And
But game at hand, Houston at Kansas City. Kansas City is the favorite. Also here, -9.5. Your total is 51, a very high total, which has slowly moved up, starting at around 50 at the beginning of the week. Houston gets teased up to 15.5, and Kansas City gets teased down to 3.5. Your over gets teased down to 45, and your under gets teased up to the highest that I've seen in a game in a long time, 57. So he said, before we started shooting, he said he's going to convince me not to go with Kansas City. So
here I come.
Please convince me.
Okay,
sir.
So all this week he's been talking all this smack. Well, Texans only won because blah blah.
I didn't
blah.
talk that.
Nah,
smack.
yeah, you did. You did. Don't play me, Danny. Don't play me, Danny. Don't play me, Danny. So my thing is with the Texans, right? We just did not get the ball rolling. I can understand because Daniel's like, look, you can't expect to beat the Chiefs when you only score, what was it, like 17 points and regulation. There's no way you can beat the Chiefs with that.
No, it was 19. Wasn't it 19-19?
Well, 19, 17, whatever. Anything less than, I want to say, 24, you cannot expect to beat the Chiefs like that. I agree. There's nothing wrong with that statement. However, when I look at this line, and Texans plus 15 and a half, plus 15 and a half, you say I could sit back, get 2 touchdowns, and, I would kind of be worried. 2 unanswered touchdowns.
Yeah.
But literally, that value is there for me.
Yeah.
I actually think that, we went to Arrowhead Stadium earlier in the season.
It's a different KC team. It's a totally different KC team.
You know what? Danny will say that, but it's the same damn team.
It's not.
Okay, what was so different about that game?
Mahomes was just off of his injury back then.
He was still throwing? He was still playing?
Tyreek Hill was just back off of one game.
He got a touchdown that game.
He got 2 touchdowns that game.
Okay, so then what are you saying?
And that defense was a totally different defense back then.
Oh, man, come on. You're reaching, Danny.
No, I'm not reaching. This is the truth.
Danny.
You can look at the stats. First half of the year versus the second half of the year, they were a much better team in the second half.
Okay, I'll give you that.
They were a much better team. And they're a complete team. Now, here's the thing. Everybody's going to complain about, they didn't blow teams out by like 30 points. Well, you don't have to in these cases. They dominated most of those games. It's like the Patriots. The Patriots had a chance to come back, but when you look at it overall, the Patriots I never really thought they had a chance to win it.
Yeah. You know what? That fourth quarter drive when they were playing KC, that looked kind of good from Tom Brady, but he just fell short. He fell short on so many occasions in that fourth quarter drive, and I just hate, he's literally the GOAT.
Here, let's do a comparison real quick. Okay, so quarterback, Mahomes versus Watson.
Oof.
It's about even, but I would say Watson's like a quarter step below Mahomes.
For sure, I would definitely agree if we. Because Bill O'Brien, he's just. I think it has a lot to do with the coaching.
It does, but we're going through all of this, and I'm trying to show you my justification.
Right. Okay.
Running backs.
Why don't you just give that to KC? Yeah. Because we virtually have none. Right. I could probably put on a Texans jersey and be their running back.
Well, Bill O'Brien's not smart enough to use Duke Johnson enough. Duke Johnson's a very explosive running back, can catch, good runner, doesn't utilize him enough, and chooses to use Carlos Hyde. Wide receivers, Tyreek Hill, D-Hop, and then
about the same all-stars.
D-Hop is a half step above Tyreek Hill, and if Will Fuller plays, if he does, and he doesn't get hurt during the game, he's better over Sammy Watkins. All right.
Kenny Stills is better than Sammy Watkins. I would dare say that. I would dare say that.
The offensive lines, the Texans are a step down, even though they have Laramie Tunsil, Pro Bowler, but they just don't protect as well. Defense overall, run defense, Texans are better.
But that doesn't mean anything because Casey's not going to run.
They're gonna have to run it. They're gonna have to run. Andy Reid likes to use the ground. All right, defensive backs. Casey's half a step better.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right, so for the most part, everything that I broke down leans KC. Oh, and the last thing, Bill O'Brien versus Andy Reid. At home with a bye at Arrowhead. Andy Reid.
Oh, now the home field advantage is so good to you, Danny.
Different. No, it's totally different. There are certain places, and I told you this, there are certain places that home field advantage works. New Orleans, Lambeau, Seattle, Pittsburgh, Arrowhead. Places like that are a true home field. Even a place like Denver, because it's in
Mile high.
altitude.
Yeah.
It's altitude. But I mean, can you really call someplace like Jacksonville a home field? No.
I mean, okay, yeah, I guess.
No.
Okay, yeah, but all this you're just like a step, a little bit, a here and there, and this and that. So that doesn't really warrant me. I can see where you're
but you
going.
put it all together, it's like 4 up versus 3 down.
Okay, yeah, and
that's what it is.
And that's why you're getting the 3.5.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well, that's cool.
For the most part, do you know for the most part, for a good team at home, you give them 3 points?
Yeah.
Okay, so all I need is the better team to be a half point better, and I covered it, and I just did listing all of the player personnel.
That's so fine with me, Danny. You know what? When my Texans roll up into Arrowhead and we just stomp on those Chiefs.
Stomp? Oh my God.
We're gonna, dude.
I'll tell you what. They pull that mess like they did against Buffalo.
You're gonna be so upset, Danny.
I'm not. I'm gonna be happy.
We're
both gonna be happy because this game is gonna be like by 10 points and both teasers are gonna hit. Just
How's
saying.
that? Okay, well.
Yeah, because you got 15.5 and I got 3.5.
I can say that, but I'll be really happy if
The Texans win. Yes,
the Texans advance.
Sorry, sir. That is wrong.
What a terrible human being.
I'm not. It's the truth. It's factual truth.
God, you're just
Totals. Do you like either total? This is the first time in a while I've seen 57 as an under. So
under 57.
you like under 57?
Under 57.
Oh man.
Why?
And both are high scoring offenses, dude. Both can churn out.
Oh, Danny,
offense.
no. Hold up. Pump the brakes, Danny.
There's a particular reason why Vegas put this at 51.
Okay, yeah, but there's also a good reason or a good chance that these teams will just not. Well, one of these teams will fall short.
28 to 30 covers this. 28 to 31 covers it.
I mean, when you put it like that,
27-30 covers it.
I just think I'll just be.
I'm leaning the over on total side. I'm expecting kind of a shootout, so that's why I like 45. Not to. It doesn't get anywhere. It doesn't get me to that beautiful number of 40 that I love so much. But 45 is very doable for two high-powered offenses. This spread started at 50 and worked its way up to 51 as of mid Wednesday, from what I remember. So, but this is more of a sides bet than anything else. So he prefers Houston. I prefer KC, but this is very much a situation where both teasers could. I kind of see this as like a 7 to 10 point win by KC. I don't expect it to be close because I don't think Houston's good enough to keep it close, to be honest. So,
I see that. JJ and I are gonna talk tonight. Gotta get him on the phone. Not eating the HEB sushi. We need that Sage 400.
Go to Sage 400.
That's right. That is right.
Go to Stage 400, Houston, Texas, in the gallery area. It is
all that
awesome.
Stuff. Thank you. Well, we're gonna have.
Where's our sushi here, man?
We're working on it. A nice little presentation over here. I mean, we're also looking for sponsors. So if anyone works for Bud Light, Basil Hayden, or anything that's good, just send it over and just inbox it. This is
baby steps, sir.
This is where you like, comment, subscribe, all that. I know we usually do that at the end, but just
start it now.
There, yeah. Click these buttons. That's right. Throw it up the X. That's right, baby. But yeah, I still like Houston because I gotta rep the city.
I'm not against it, but this is a case of, again, I feel like a certain team could possibly get blown out here.
Dude, 2 touchdowns. That is literally getting blown out in the playoffs. I think. I'm just saying. And then you know what? If they are up, 21 points, there's always that.
I do have one caveat, and that is Will Fuller. If Will Fuller does play, I might lean towards Houston a little bit more. I might.
That guy has had enough rest. Okay, he needs to play.
And then second quarter, he goes and makes a cut on a route, and he pulls his hamstring.
That would be terrible. But, when you talk about KC's offense, you talk about Travis Kelce, you talk about Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, we don't cover tight ends very well.
That's right. That's exactly what I was about to say. And that dude can move. Yeah. He is. But you know what? Bill O'Brien, if you're by chance listening to this video, put J.J. Watt as a tight end.
No, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that.
He needs to. Gary Kubiak did. And you know what? Gary Kubiak left the Texans, and what happened to him the year after he left the Texans? Tell him, Danny. Tell him. Go tell him. He became a Super Bowl champ.
Because he went to Denver.
How about that? He left the Texans.
He had Peyton Manning. So anyone it's a little different.
Oh, on the downhill?
Peyton Manning is still really smart.
Still, dude. Still. You're talking about Brock Osweiler, Peyton Manning combo, dude. That was so silly. Other than that, anyone who leaves the Houston Texans will become a Super Bowl champion. There's so many on the list.
Just ask David Carr.
You can ask Owen Daniels.
That too. He was also on that team.
You can ask Jacoby Jones.
Went to the Ravens.
You can ask.
You're out of it.
There's so many. There's so many.
There's a lot.
There's a lot. I got a list. Anyone who leaves the Texans, it's like a nice little warm-up team. It's like, I'm going to go win my championship somewhere else. It's ridiculous.
Moving on. Final game, Sunday night. Seattle at Green Bay. Green Bay is the favorite at Lambeau. -4. Your total is 47. Seattle gets teased up to 10, and Green Bay gets teased across the 0. 2 + 2. Your over gets teased up to 41, and your under gets teased up to 53. I know you're going to give me so much crap about Aaron Rodgers and Green Bay.
You know what, Danny?
Green Bay at Lambeau, Aaron Rodgers, all day.
Man.
All day.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be here for you. I'm
gonna
be this shoulder
when I'm racking.
No.
Man, it's good. It's good to be the king of teasing the NFL, and I'm the king right now.
This shoulder will be here for you
to lean on when I'm like, did you see Rodgers win that game?
No.
Did you see him win that game? That's
no, definitely not, dude. And even if he did win the game, he's not gonna beat him by 10. Let me tell you that. Even if he wins, it's going to be very close. Aaron Rodgers has just let me down the entire season.
Such a bad bias.
I cannot.
Such a bad bias. You can't have bias in this game.
Dude,
you can't.
But you know what? I can't bet on him either.
And I think that's okay because the smart teaser in this game is Seattle +10 because most people are going to consider this game close, which is about 3-7. So Seattle covers that. So that is the smart choice. However, watching Seattle play last week and just not close the gap on a non-starting quarterback, non-starting wide receivers, really bad secondary Philadelphia team just made me question.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Packers. Got him.
Terrible.
Got him. But
terrible. They have a great running back, but just watching them not close and giving Josh McCown a chance to tie it at the end of the game, it was just like, man, it's got me worried because Russell Wilson's a great magician and can make things work, but how many times can he do it?
Right. And if you kind of paid attention to that game, you had rookies that made big plays. Metcalf.
DK Metcalf.
Dude.
Yep.
He was on it. Finally, they were getting their timing right. And just, when you see stuff like that, and I see Aaron Rodgers, and there's no denying that he's a good QB. I think we can both agree on that.
Hall of Famer.
But, he is a little limited this year, too.
They've been adjusting to the offense. I mean, especially at the beginning of the season, LaFleur and him were really trying to figure out what worked best in the offense, what they could do. They've been better when they use Aaron Jones more. Your favorite, my man, Aaron Jones. They've got Devontae Adams back. He's been on a good run. So just having the big three gives you a very good chance of winning. The downside is that if Devontae Adams is covered up, can you really trust anybody else on that team? Marquez Valdes-Scantling, Geronimo Allison,
dropping balls, Allison.
Alan Lazard, old man Jimmy Graham. Can you trust anybody else in the offense? And that's a big question mark. But I don't necessarily need Green Bay to win this game per se, even though I kind of expect them to win this game. They can lose by 2 and I'm still safe. But I'm regarding this game as close.
And that's what's gonna happen. They'll lose by 2.
I'll take it. That's a win on my side.
Yeah, I'll be so happy if you win. But you know what? The better value, gotta be Seattle. Got to be.
It is. It is. I mean, looking at it for pure value, getting a field goal and a touchdown is the better value. But I'm worried about Seattle just not putting it all together. It's Lambeau Field. Again, a really great home gives you 3 extra points. That means I'm already in the positive when I've got 3 points. So
that's going to be taken away after Aaron Rodgers throws a pick 6. That's going to happen.
He has had issues with interceptions this season. So that is an issue.
Clip that.
Do you like any of the totals?
Not really. I mean, just like how you went for all the overs.
You're going for all the unders?
Yeah, I'm going for all the unders. I don't know why.
I think I'm with you on
maybe
the
I'm just
I think I'm with you on
week.
the under on this because 23 to 27, 23-28 covers it. 24 to 28 covers it. So I'm leaning a little more towards the under on this as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah, 24 to 27 covers it.
Something we agreed on
24 to 28 covers it. So yeah, I'm leaning a little more towards the under on this. But I feel like the more likely situation in this game is Green Bay just wins, and so I'm taking the straight up. I just need them to win. I expect them to win, so I'm just going to take Green Bay. And I get a 2-point insurance if they lose. So 9 to 10 if the game ends, 16 to 17 if the game ends up like that. 20 to 21 if the game ends up like that. That covers me. So covers the Seattle as well.
So 9 to 6 will not cover you.
This isn't going to be like Chicago, Green Bay in the first week.
Oh, so you remember that?
Of course I do.
Oh, okay.
Because somebody at this table here had to convince somebody else not to bet on Chicago. He said, I'm feeling more Chicago. I'm like, no, Chicago is terrible. Mitch Trubisky is terrible. Doesn't know how to throw the ball. They don't run the ball very well. And Rodgers is just the better quarterback. Now, it was ugly. And you were worried about the over. You were worried about the under. I was like, no, there's going to be no scoring in this game. Hey, guess what? There was no scoring in the game at all.
And you want to bet on this guy?
Yeah, because they've improved.
Have they though?
Yeah. Okay. They're the number 2 seed for a reason. I don't care. Ugly wins is a win still, and they can find a way to win, and they have. Because it's Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, these guys are not the Eagles, all right? First of all, let me tell you that if
you want
to see ugly wins and making it, Eagles.
Yeah. So if you put the proposition of the Eagles having a chance to win that game if Wentz is not hurt, I'm expecting Green Bay to be a step better at home to win.
Okay.
Yeah. See, there's some smart logic to it.
I mean, the logic is there. But let me
tell
you who else is there. Aaron Rodgers. How about that? The biggest letdown.
He's not the biggest letdown. He's not the biggest letdown. The dude's good quarterback, smart. He
has been good since about 4 years ago, man.
He's been fine.
No.
They're the number 2 seed for a reason. They know how to utilize their weapons. Calm down.
Oh my God, you're gonna tell me they're number 2 seed for a reason? What?
Yeah.
So the Patriots fell to what? 3rd seed?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess they were number 3 for a reason.
They were number 3.
They had a really hot start because you know what?
They had the easiest schedule in the league.
Thank you. So who did Green Bay play this season?
Play the Vikings twice and they beat them twice.
All right. Besides that,
they play the rest of that division. They beat Chicago.
Cakewalk. Beat Detroit Lions. Surprisingly, not a cakewalk.
All right, here I gotta look this up.
You look this up. You look that up. I don't think they all disappointing games too.
Did not. They have been very worthy of the number 2 seed.
Let's see it. I want to see it.
Okay, here we go.
Checking out the stats.
All right. Bears, Vikings, Broncos. They lost to the Eagles. They beat Cowboys.
They lost to the Eagles.
They beat the Cowboys early when the Cowboys were running good early. They beat the Lions. They beat the Raiders. They beat the Chiefs. Mahomes got hurt. Mahomes was hurt that game.
Oh, how about? Oh, look at that score.
They lost to the Chargers.
Oh, they lost to the Chargers.
Yeah.
And then they lost to the 49ers. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Here's an interesting record as well. I mean, they've been able to win. They've made wins. Here's an interesting record. These teams have played each other 7 times. All right? Listen to this.
Oh, this is
Russell Wilson is 4-0 at home.
Oh, no. Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is 3-0 at home. No, I got that backwards. Sorry. No, Aaron Rodgers is 3-0 at home. Oof. That's an interesting stat.
Oh, no. Well, he's about to be 3-1 this year, baby.
No.
And even if he went 4-0, it's not going to be by 10. It'll probably be by 10.
Sure. That's why a lot of the sharps are saying if you want to take a teaser, this is the best one to tease.
And I'm no sharp, but I know what to
Yeah,
bet.
because the sharps actually say the obvious teasers are San Francisco -1, Seattle +10. It makes the most sense, value-wise, pure value-wise.
Is there anyone you want to call out this week?
No. Nope. I'm not calling it. I'm agreeing with what they're saying. It's just not my preference, is what it is. Most sharps would shoot me if I told them that I want KC at 3.5 because I don't get under the 3, but I don't care. I expect them to win by a touchdown. 9.5 is more than a touchdown, so I need to get under a touchdown. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the teaser locks / no sweat bet.
Would you like to start?
Yeah, of course I am.
Go for it. It's your show.
Kansas City 3.5. Green Bay +2 because I'm expecting them to win. This may bite me in the ass, but I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm sticking to the feel and facts that I have, and I'm taking Green Bay.
Well, America, for the rest of you who like to actually make money, the no sweat bet this week. I'm kidding. Those are
Who has the better record?
man by like how many wins?
One game.
One
By
game.
one game.
So it's actually really close between us. It's always a little friendly competition. That's how.
And we're tied on actual bets. So
Right. So let's see. Minnesota. So wait. What games are on Saturday?
Minnesota, San Francisco, and Tennessee, Baltimore.
Oh, that's not good.
You wanted the AFC game.
See, because if you've been watching the videos and following the strategy,
Andrew likes to stack his games on days or times. So he wants the Saturday games together. He wants the Sunday games
if there's
together.
no need to bet, you've won already. Chang Fuchsias.
So why did we not do that?
Because I was a greedy SOB. That's why I was just like, yeah, you know what, Drew Brees, the over. I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Wrong. God, yeah. It really never fails. I mean, if you have a chance to win your money first and just sit on a marinade, that's always the position of power. Yeah. Now, of course, me and Danny are sick, demented people. We always like to put ourselves.
We're degenerates. No, we're degenerates.
In these situations where I was like, oh my God, what did I do?
Why
this and that?
Yeah, I know.
Blah, blah. And then at the end, we're like, yeah. But
that was a fun Saturday.
That was a real fun Saturday. God, you know what? I still think, and I rarely do this, that I will have to break it up. I like the Texans.
And you like Baltimore.
And I like Baltimore.
Yeah. I figured you were going to go Baltimore Texans.
Baltimore Texans. Yeah. But, again, if you follow the videos, of course, Danny's going to tell you do your research.
Yeah.
Do
your homework.
Homework.
I mean, right now we're talking about this on Thursday, and we release it usually on Friday or Saturday morning. And lines change, so just keep an eye on everything. Make sure your facts come out right, and just know that just because one of us says something or you hear something from a sharp doesn't necessarily mean that's what's going to happen. So sometimes you have to go a little bit on instinct, but make sure that it makes sense with the rest of the information that you have.
Right, and with that being said, I still had to go. I like the Texans only because I gotta rub the H. Yeah,
Hometown.
And you know what? If you give Deshaun Watson 2 touchdowns, I think that's.
I'm fine giving Deshaun Watson 2 touchdowns. I'm not fine giving Bill O'Brien 2 touchdowns. That's my thing.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna stop you right there.
That's my thing.
I'm gonna stop you right there. What was the score? Third quarter. 16-0.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, we just clawed our way back. It was.
If that's Mahomes, that's like 30-0, and you know that.
Yeah, but then they would just run the ball. Going back to the coaches, Andy Reid's a conservative guy too.
No, not Not necessarily in this case. No,
Okay.
not in the playoffs. The playoffs is a different beast because you need to win, and Andy Reid knows that.
Yeah, and he's also been to the playoffs many times, and
Yes, well, so is Bill O'Brien losing to the Colts last year. So yeah, he did really well.
oh well, yeah, but I mean, when you put it that way,
Yeah,
that's true. But actually, wait, did we win our division? No, we didn't.
last year. Or
Not
this
last
year?
year.
Last year.
This year we won.
Yeah, this year. Last
Yeah.
year we didn't.
But I mean,
No, last year we did.
yeah. But I always called the Texans the key to success for the Patriots Super Bowl run.
Well, they're
'Cause
not
it was-
there. They're
yeah,
not there.
not this year. I think America can rejoice a little bit. I myself personally am a little saddened about the news. That's just,
Why?
you know, man, dude, this guy's going for greatness. I was sad when
he
Drew
already
Brees-
has greatness.
Yeah, but when a man
Nobody's
has,
going to be able to win 6 Super Bowls again.
when a man has money, the girls, and everything else, what does he want? He wants more. Man always wants more. He even posted on his Instagram. He's like, I still have something to prove. What do you got left to prove? You're the greatest of all time, dude. Six time champ.
He's got more championships than most teams do.
Yes, and he's just like, and he wants to go the extra distance. I was actually very sad about Drew Brees too. And I thought,
He's saying this as if both of them are retiring this season.
I mean, they're going to be unrestricted free agents.
Yeah.
And I find it really weird that New England cannot put a franchise tag on Tom Brady. That was part of the contract.
Yeah.
Oh, shocker. But, like, where are they going to go, dude? Where would they go?
Nowhere.
Some people said the Chargers, which I don't see why anyone would join that dumpster fire. Some people said the Raiders in Vegas.
No, absolutely not.
I don't know.
Hey, you owe me future lines.
Yeah, but you already know the future lines, and they're changing every day. But
And that's why I told you to give them to me
and
last
you
week.
and you still like
KC to win it. Win it all.
Well, my pick is out. Saints. There
Hey,
goes.
do you have any interest in the national championship?
Oh no, I don't do college.
Oh.
Sorry.
I
America.
will on the national championship sometimes. So I like Clemson.
Are they one?
Huh?
No, LSU is one. Clemson's three?
LSU is the favorite. Right now, Clemson's the dog at plus 5.5.
I wouldn't know where to start. I
all right.
wouldn't know.
Well, I'll talk to you.
I just
I'll
know
talk to you
that-
about it over the weekend.
I just know that LSU is pretty darn good.
They're very good, but so's Clemson. Debo Samuel. I mean, not
Dude.
Dabo Sweeney. Oh my God, I can't believe I just said it. Dabo
Yeah, that's
Sweeney.
right. Coach and player. Good combo.
Hey, Dabo Sweeney's been there with Trevor Lawrence. They know how to win a national championship. It's a very different thing.
I'm just saying, dude. LSU has just been bending people over.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't even study. I don't look at college ball like that, but they're just on it.
It's a totally different beast in the finals.
I just haven't seen enough of Taylor. Right? Is that his name? I don't even know his name.
Joe Burrow.
No,
Or
I've
Trevor
seen Joe Burrow.
Trevor Lawrence.
I've seen Joe Burrow scramble, extend the play, all just make something out of nothing. I've seen it.
You're talking about Trevor
Seen it
Lawrence.
with my
then.
own
Lawrence is a really good quarterback too.
I feel he didn't they have that comeback win
Against Ohio State.
Yeah, that was. I
made it
saw
happen.
him running. I saw him rushing in. I was like, woohoo! The boy got some legs too, man. He's looking like Josh Allen, dude. Like he ran all over us too. Oh, it was embarrassing, but
First touchdown.
yeah, that was awesome though.
Now I was just curious to see if you had anything on it. We could talk about it a little bit more, but that's all right. So
No,
Kansas City -3.5, Green Bay +2, Baltimore -3.5, and Houston +15.5.
The Texans, and hopefully, you never really want to wish one of your peers to kind of lose, but it would be nice if the Texans got. But you know what? Even so, I will say this: if we advance to the next round, I don't think there is any chance
That
on
they'll
God's
beat-
green
they'll beat
earth.
The Ravens.
First of all, if
Ravens?
it ended up being the Titans, I will be rolling in my grave, and I'll just be like, "Yo, this is terrible." But if the Titans advance, and they play the Texans, oh, that would be perfect. Then I would actually start putting money on the Super Bowl for the Texans because they got a chance. All we need is a chance. All we want is a chance. Our window's closing. I'm just the little
Why?
fan.
Why is the window closing?
Dude, the window's
The
closing.
offense is young. Why is the window closing?
All right, well, how about our defense?
Defense? You can always re-up on defense.
Oh, can we? Yeah, if we don't get them traded out, why do we even let Jadeveon Clowney go?
Because you got to...
Exactly. No words. Wow. No words, America. No words. Just someone upstairs, whoever's GM or whatever, this front office, man, just don't know what they're doing. But, yeah, I feel, there's no way on God's green earth that the Texans would advance and beat Baltimore.
No.
There's no way on earth.
I don't think so either.
However, if I lost this bet, which means that the Ravens lost to the Titans.
It gives them a clear path to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yes, I would agree. But in the interest of value and money, I would still say that Baltimore
Ravens are still your favorites. Yeah,
for sure.
Kansas City is still my favorite to win, and then the value I feel like is still on Green Bay. But yeah, you can have a sour face, whatever. It's still value, and that's what I'll go for.
Oof, I'm gonna be so thrilled when Russell Wilson moves on to the playoffs.
Whatever. Any other final thoughts, sir?
I just hope everyone had a good New Year's. I don't know. Do you have any resolutions? I mean, this video is kind of short. I mean,
no, it's good. It's good. I've
No?
got other things that I need to do, but
like what?
huh?
Like what?
Working on the rest of this, and I've got other things to do and figure out. But yeah, got a whole year to figure out.
Yeah,
got a whole year to figure out once February and the Super Bowl's
Yeah,
done.
you'll be thinking about why you bet on Green Bay and Kansas City. Let me tell you, you're gonna have a
Nobody
long
said
time
I
with
was
that.
taking the bet. This is just where the value is right now because we know the lines move.
I'm just saying. I can understand KC, but there's no way Green Bay. Oh my God. Dan, I'm just trying to say.
You have a bias. You can't have a bias in betting. You know that as well as I do that having a bias on a certain team will kick your ass.
This is true. Just ask.
You've also bet with them and won. Remember that.
This is true. You have too.
Yeah.
You
Bet with them twice. I bet with them 3 times.
Steelers money line, hands down. His bet. Anytime, any day, give him a call. I was like,
I won one of them.
Well, and sometimes that's all
I
you
need to
need.
do a money line again because I'm 2 for 3.
Honestly, it's a little ridiculous because you look at some money lines. I remember when. You
should
remember
have
that?
taken the Green Bay money line. You remember that?
First of all, yeah, we should have taken the Green Bay money line, and
Don't talk about the Miami one again, dude.
you know I'm gonna talk about Miami. 'cause
Nobody
it
was predicting
like,
them to win.
Oh my God, I just wish.
The only time I would have taken it is at 10-1, but I wouldn't have predicted them to win at all. But that's where the value was.
I know.
You give anybody a puncher's chance at 10-1.
Was that not crazy or what? And I was just like,
Yeah, but they
dude.
ate it all up. Most of the books ate it. Most of the sharps who wanted to play sprinkle on money lines ate that up.
I just can't believe what was the teaser line if you would have bet plus 22?
22.
You would have been sitting pretty that whole entire game, man. Just be
Because
like,
they were only behind once.
I just don't believe that. There's just some
I
things
can because New England wasn't that good and they proved it.
Yeah, but then you're talking about a game where they shut them out, Danny, and then it's just like, oh, they won. How crazy!
It's different.
How crazy teams can develop.
It's different.
It's
different. Beginning of the season to the end of the season, it's different.
Dude, they let go,
See,
man.
that's why again, the Houston to KC was close to the beginning of the season. We are not at the beginning of the season anymore. That's my point.
Don't you play that? Don't you play those tricks on me, Danny? No.
Tricks. It's facts.
I had another. Oh my God! I just totally lost my train of thought. How unprofessional of me.
That means it wasn't good facts.
No, it was great.
Don't listen to it. It wasn't good smart facts.
There's just so many that they're just wandering in my head. I just failed to organize and classify them, and there you go.
All right. Anyways, we're gonna wrap it up here. Get your bets in. This is Teasing the NFL for Andrew Chang. I'm Daniel Saludo. Stay tuned for us next week. Conference championships next week. 2 games only for next week, and so we'll have a little more in-depth coverage on that. We'll kind of break down a little. I'm going to try and have us break down a little bit more each side of the spread and total because we're only dealing with 2 teams. But that's what's look forward to for next week, and then maybe a little bit talk about the futures between the 4 teams as well. That's another thing I'm thinking about adding to it. But until next week, don't forget to get your bets in. Make sure you do your homework. Take all the information that you've got and apply it to your teaser if you feel like the value is there. But until then, Don't forget to be a tease.